Alright fans, as we continue, here's a tag team match that certainly got my attention. The Red Star Confederation, Ivan and Nikita Koloff, set to lock it up with Mr. Ringside Eddie Gunz and his brother El Jefe Ray Gunz, the Gunz brothers.
Don't even bother trying to pick a winner here, it's too hard.
Our next tournament match, one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first, from the former Soviet Union, at a combined weight of 560 pounds, Ivan and Nikita Koloff, the Red Star Confederation.
Well, what makes you say this match is too close to call, Myron? I'm leaning towards the Gunz brothers.
It's the Koloffs. They got experience, and they like to fight dirty. These are two things that the Gunz brothers are going to have to overcome if they expect to win.
Point clearly taken, Myron, but keep in mind, Eddie and Ray are not above a little dirty fighting themselves.
Plus, these two teams are fairly even in the experience department. Eddie and Ray been at this game a long time.
Their opponents, from the Bronx, New York, at a combined weight of 480 pounds, Mr. Ringside Eddie Gunz and El Jefe Ray Gunz, the Gunz brothers.
There are brother tag teams in pro wrestling to the point where it's ubiquitous, but Eddie and Ray, the Gunz brothers, have been, well, they've stuck around a mighty long time. As you point out, Christy, they've been at this for plus 20 years. Eddie, of course, the head of the Ringside Army, which basically ran things in the early 2000s around here. And El Jefe, who's definitely come up in the experience department with his brother Eddie over the years.
You know, all these things you both say, I totally agree with. But it's a tournament match, and anything could still happen.
Well, alright, it is going to be the Russian Bear and Mr. Ringside starting off this tag team tournament matchup. Referee Charles Lucera sounds the bell. They come center ring. Mr. Ringside with a hard right to Ivan Koloff, followed up with a back suplex. Mr. Ringside moves in on the Russian Bear, gets a hold of the trunks. There is a nice vertical suplex from Mr. Ringside, followed up with a stomp to the face. Ivan Koloff catches a discus punch, and the Russian Bear taking quite a beating in the early goings here. A set of mounted punches and a disrespectful slap to the face. I'm not sure what's going on with the Red Star Confederation, but Ivan Koloff a little bit lethargic this evening. A kick to the midsection from the Russian Bear to Mr. Ringside, right up into a bear hug center ring. Ivan Koloff trying to end this one quickly, but that is just not going to happen. Mr. Ringside with a set of shots to the head of Ivan Koloff into a Lutez press, a set of hard right mounted punches to the head of the Russian Bear. Ivan Koloff rounded up again, countering with elbows to the midsection of Mr. Ringside Eddie Gunz. A hard right from the Russian Bear and a headbutt, finally taking Gunz down to the canvas. Here comes the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff. A dropkick takes Nikita down. An overhand right to the head, followed with a second one that momentarily stuns Nikita Koloff and slammed face first into the canvas. And I'm not kidding. The Red Star Confederation looking quite weak at this point in the matchup as El Jefe takes over for his team. There's a kick to the leg of Nikita Koloff. A knee, and another, and a third to the same area. El Jefe, no doubt, working on warming him up for that figure four leg lock submission. Nikita Koloff trying to get the upper hand here. Front cradle on El Jefe, slams him down with one arm. And finally, the Red Star Confederation finally beginning to mount some offense here as Ivan Koloff comes in, charges, clothesline, doesn't find the mark, but a shot to the back of the head does. El Jefe whips Ivan Koloff out onto the floor on his side of the ring. And Ivan Koloff caught between the devil and the deep blue sea on the wrong side of town. El Jefe slams Ivan Koloff's head to the floor, follows it up with a driving knee. The Gunz brothers have been in control of this matchup from the opening bell, and it hasn't stopped yet. Another stomp to the face to Ivan Koloff. El Jefe drives a knee into the head of Ivan Koloff. Koloff pitched into the barricades by El Jefe. Ray Gunz takes himself back inside. Referee Charles Lucera continuing to count a stunned Ivan Koloff. And the Gunz brothers doing very well for themselves in this matchup so far. Nikita with a headbutt to El Jefe takes him down hard. Ivan Koloff rounds up El Jefe Ray Gunz. And there we go, that power, the military press slam. And Nikita Koloff comes in. El Jefe steps out and back in for a reset, tags Nikita Koloff with a right to the gut and follows it up with a pile driver. Quickly going for the pin here. 1, 2. I'll tell you what, already all 4 participants have already taken quite a battering. And you can see both Koloffs are bleeding. El Jefe's bleeding. Mr. Ringside so far the only one that hasn't sustained any serious damage. Eddie Gunz with elbows to the midsection of Nikita Koloff. Nikita counters with a knee. He's setting up the pump handle here. He's got him up over the... Whoa! Beautifully executed pump handle slam. Here comes the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff again. Mr. Ringside quickly steps out of the ring for a moment. Ivan Koloff comes out after him. Maybe that's what he was looking for. A set of slaps to the face, a double shot to the midsection, and a knee right to the head. And a stomp to the midsection. The Russian Bear really taking a pounding at the hands of the Gunz brothers this evening. Mr. Ringside rolls him back inside. Follows him on in himself. Mr. Ringside again slamming the nose of Ivan Koloff into the mat as El Jefe takes over. Ray Gunz rounds up the Russian Bear, and he is all messed up. Koloff whipped to the ropes. El Jefe with a back body drop and a kick to the back of Ivan Koloff. Koloff gathered up again. Ray Gunz trying for the bear hug, but Ivan Koloff says, oh no you don't. Again up into a military press slam from the Russian Bear. He takes it back to his corner, turns it over to the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. El Jefe back up on his feet, charges a shoulder tackle. Takes Nikita down to the mat. Nikita counters with a right to the midsection. Locks up El Jefe. Whips him to the ropes, misses with the elbow. El Jefe quickly putting on the brakes. Nikita Koloff gonna go after Eddie Gunz. Feet to the Bodran, 10 count punches to the chest from Nikita Koloff. And El Jefe waiting right there for him, sneaks up on behind. There's a shot to the back, and there's a whip to the corner. El Jefe charges and is countered by Nikita Koloff, who goes behind on him. He counters with an elbow. A kick to the gut. And a chicken wing suplex. Nicely done by El Jefe, grinding the face of Nikita Koloff into the canvas. Follows that up with an elbow across the back. Nikita Koloff counters, slams Ray Gunz into the mat. Here comes the Russian Bear again. El Jefe locks him up. Kick to the midsection from Ivan Koloff. Misses with the right. Ray connects with his right to the midsection. Takes him down. And here we go. Texas Cloverleaf. Spinning toe hold. And Ivan Koloff in some trouble here. And he's been in trouble from the word go. Mr. Ringside comes in on the tag. Ivan Koloff with a shoulder tackle that doesn't fully find the mark, decides to opt for another. Whoa, from a military press into a knee to the midsection for Mr. Ringside. Nikita Koloff comes in on the tag. Koloff misses with the dropkick. Mr. Ringside whips him to the far right corner. Gets a hold on Nikita, slams his head into the turnbuckle. Nikita Koloff counters with an elbow, escapes the corner, misses with the clothesline, catches a kick to the midsection, and a Luthez press and a set of mounted right hands from Mr. Ringside. And here's a pin attempt with a hook of the leg. Whoa. Only just a one, huh? Whoa. All right, then. Here comes El Jefe. If at first you don't succeed, and the Gunz brothers doing really well in this matchup. A nice toss from Nikita Koloff. The Koloffs certainly trying to battle back in this one, and they have been at a major disadvantage for most of this matchup. A knee to the head to El Jefe from the Russian Bear. Ivan Koloff drives the knee of El Jefe into the mat. And repeats the move for emphasis. Ivan Koloff drops an elbow on the leg of El Jefe, turns it over to Nikita Koloff. Ray Gunz back up on his feet already. Nikita misses with the clothesline, catches a chop block to the knee that doesn't take him all the way down. There's a knee to the midsection from Nikita Koloff. El Jefe whips Nikita to the ropes, kitchen sink, knee to the gut. Ray Gunz locks it up with Nikita Koloff, escorts him to the Gunz brothers' corner, but perhaps taking a bit too long. And he certainly paid for it. There are elbows to the midsection from the Russian Nightmare. Nikita misses with his move and catches a clothesline. Wow, what is going on with the Red Star Confederation this evening? Vertical suplex from El Jefe. And conversely, the Gunz brothers have been working like a well-oiled machine. Mr. Ringside takes himself all the way to the top turnbuckle, far right corner. Nikita Koloff slowly making his way to a standing position here. Here we go, double axe handle right across the head of Nikita Koloff, followed up with a stomp to the back from Mr. Ringside. Eddie Gunz absolutely on fire here. Nikita Koloff countering with a jawbreaker and a Lutez press, followed up with hard right hands to the head of Mr. Ringside. Nikita Koloff locks it up with Mr. Ringside, escorts him to the Red Star corner, head first into the turnbuckle. But Eddie Gunz counters but catches a cheap shot from Ivan Koloff. Vice grip. Nikita Koloff trying to block the flow of blood to the brain of Mr. Ringside, and down he goes. Nikita Koloff rounds up Mr. Ringside. Whoa! What a headlock toss from the Russian Nightmare. Eddie Gunz, he's experienced enough. There's enough shots to the midsection to back him off. Another kick to the gut and a DDT. Mr. Ringside beating it out of town and turns it over to El Jefe Ray Gunz. Now well over the halfway mark and still no sign of a winner in this tournament matchup, and it has been intense all the way. But it has also been all the Gunz brothers. El Jefe with a couple of stomps to the face decides he's had enough, turns it back over to Mr. Ringside. Here comes the Russian Bear on the tag. Koloff runs right into him and gets pitched out to the floor. Again on the Gunz brothers side of the ring. El Jefe right there. But Ivan Koloff counters with an elbow, goes behind, and puts the vice grip on Ray. But El Jefe quickly rescued by his brother. A gouge to the face to Ivan Koloff. Up over the shoulders of Eddie. Taken to the, head first into the lip of the apron. Ivan Koloff may want to not acknowledge this match after it's over. Ray Gunz looking on as Mr. Ringside tries to pitch Ivan Koloff back inside the ring, doesn't succeed in doing so, and decides, well, hey, atomic drop will work. Eddie Gunz with a hard right spins around Ivan Koloff. Gathers him up a second. Atomic drop right to the keister. Ivan Koloff battered and bleeding and taking quite a pounding. There's a headbutt counter as the Russian Bear avoids the count, makes his way back in, decides to go after El Jefe, and brings him back into the ring the hard way. An overhand right from the Russian Bear, who goes right after him. Mr. Ringside takes him down with a shoulder tackle and snaps the arm on Eddie Gunz. Ray Gunz still momentarily stunned by Ivan Koloff's attack. Koloff catches a kick from Mr. Ringside, puts the brace on a second one, and tags him with a forearm, and a shot to the back. Goes behind on Mr. Ringside, a headbutt right between the shoulder blades. Eddie Gunz rolls to the outside. Ivan Koloff going right out after him. El Jefe still recovering inside the ring. Ivan Koloff. Well, all politeness gone. There's a blatant choke from the Russian Bear. Koloff with a hard right to Mr. Ringside. A second that spins him around. He goes behind on him. Another headbutt right between the shoulders. Ivan Koloff trying to put out the Gunz brothers' fire here, but he's only got a thimble full of water to work with. Ivan Koloff back inside the ring. Mr. Ringside stunned on the outside. Ivan Koloff going after El Jefe in his tag corner, and again brought back into the ring by the Russian Bear. Mr. Ringside back inside. Koloff misses with his move. There's a kick to the midsection. A jawbreaker from Mr. Ringside. A double throat chop. A right, another, a third, and a fourth. Well, now Ivan Koloff catches an elbow to the face from Eddie Gunz. Eddie takes himself to the top turnbuckle. Ivan Koloff laid out on the outside. Is he going to go for the high-risk maneuver here? Koloff standing up and off. Nikita Koloff putting the brakes on that plan. Drives a knee into the head of Mr. Ringside. Eddie Gunz slides out after Nikita Koloff. He is mad. Tries for the atomic drop, but Ivan Koloff saving his nephew. Knee to the back from Ivan Koloff. Going to work on Mr. Ringside. Eddie Gunz on the outside with the referee, Charles Lucera, continuing to count. A couple of stomps to the face to Mr. Ringside from Ivan Koloff. Has him up, retaliates, and drives Eddie Gunz's head into the lip of the apron. Same as he got earlier. Mr. Ringside bounced off the barricades like a pinball. Ivan Koloff with a chop to the head of Eddie Gunz. And it looks like now, after all this time, Eddie Gunz finally starting to lose a little bit of steam. But they have still got the advantage in the match so far, as Mr. Ringside takes himself back inside. Charles Lucera continuing to count Ivan Koloff, who finally makes his way back inside the ring. Locks it up with Mr. Ringside, has him up for the military press, but Eddie Gunz says, nope, we're not doing that one. Eddie Gunz, whoa, just letting gravity do the work. Koloff slammed face first into the mat, and here comes El Jefe Ray Gunz again. What a match we've had so far. Double boot scrape to the face of Ivan Koloff. Ray Gunz locks up Ivan, takes him down, and back into that spinning toe hold. Again, that figure four has not come into play yet, but you can bet it probably will. Ray Gunz has been working the legs of both Koloffs all through this match. Oh, look at this, into a sleeper. But perhaps a little too close to the ropes. Nikita Koloff breaks it up. Ivan Koloff breaks it up with a jawbreaker. A set of hard rights, a chop, another right. A quick sidestep from El Jefe and a Russian leg sweep center ring, as if there were any other kind involving the Red Star Confederation. Ivan Koloff delivering elbows to the midsection of El Jefe. And we've got less than 5 minutes to go in this tournament match, and there's just got to be a winner. Headlock punch to Ivan Koloff. Koloff locks up El Jefe. El Jefe countering with elbows to the midsection. A hard shot to the gut. A kick to the gut. And another chicken wing suplex for the Russian Bear. El Jefe turning it back over to Mr. Ringside, and they have been using the tag early, tag often technique quite effectively. A stomp to the gut, and a hard right to Ivan Koloff from Mr. Ringside, who again turns it back over to El Jefe as Nikita Koloff comes in, fresh partners all the way around. There's a clothesline from Nikita Koloff, and here's a pin attempt. But Mr. Ringside quickly there to break up the party. Nikita Koloff going back to work on El Jefe here. With less than 3 minutes to go, elbows to the midsection of Nikita from El Jefe. A hard shot to the gut. He takes him down, and here it is. What did I tell you? There's the figure four. We could see a submission right here. The referee checking Nikita. Ivan Koloff comes in, breaks up the submission. El Jefe catches a kick from Ivan. Ivan makes it back to his corner, but El Jefe's had enough. He's going right after him. There's a shoulder that takes Ivan down. Nikita Koloffs still laid out. El Jefe goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and what a ride that was. The Gunz brothers going to the next phase of this tournament.
The time was 17 minutes and 50 seconds, and your winners, the Gunz brothers.
Well, now with just a little over 2 minutes remaining, Eddie and Ray, the Gunz brothers, finally picking up the win over Ivan and Nikita Koloff in this tournament tag team matchup, and what a battle it was. As you see right here in the replay, Nikita Koloff taken out by El Jefe, still lying there absolutely motionless as El Jefe takes out the Russian Bear and goes back to finish the 3-count pinfall. We'll be back with more Rage in a minute.